Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Tower of Time. So let's see what horror awaits me on the other side of this bridge. What a clever design. I've never seen a bridge of such elegance and sturdiness. I wonder how many centuries it has spanned this gap. The ancients were truly a capable people. You give them undue credit, after all. Their society crumbled, and their legacy is our dying world. But dwelling in the past only robs us of the present. There, up ahead, a construction which radiates warm energy. Hey, it's Rayman. As your small party approaches the end of the bridge, mysteriously spanning the unseen depths below, a strange figure appears on the far side. It consists almost entirely of smoke and condensed air. Is that thing alive? Have you ever seen anything like it, noble elf? I have never laid eyes on one in person, no. Nonetheless, I believe with certainty that we stand before an air elemental, beings created by the ancients to carry out menial duties. Such entities are very powerful, but I do not sense any ill intent. Don't bet on it. Little in this place has been friendly. Why don't you two go and check its intent while I hang out back here? An ancient air elemental is guarding this altar. It commands powerful magic. Will not let your party pass without a fight. Alright. I'll give it a go. Okay. I think it's coming straight from the top again. Yeah? Yeah. Things might be a little jittery for a bit. I'm currently rendering, I'm currently rendering, the previous episode as this fight happens. I don't know, sometimes I just don't have the, chance to get everything done. I probably should have waited on this totem. It heals a lot more health than, I thought it would. Let's see, I should probably actually start doing damage to this sucker. I'm more or less just going to waste all of her mana just firing this off. It'll come back slow. And yeah, it looks like it can just pop down the healing turret again. Well, we might as well do that. I mean, I can pretty much just freely summon everything. So yeah, he's just going down. I was worried. I guess we'll have to go fight that other bonus enemy. Because at this point, I'm pretty confident in my ability to do so. I don't know what they did, but between the last recording session of this and now, things have felt much more reasonable, honestly. Oh right, I should probably equip all that new gear that I got. Because I did get quite a lot of gear. Welcome again. So many years have passed, and you have finally arrived. So strong now, and much stronger than anyone who has come to this place before. At long last, someone with true purpose. You must take care to use this strength wisely. Even with your guidance, only the greatest heroes of Artara will successfully reach the bottom. Only heroes true of heart, willing to die for your cause. They must not stray from the path you set before them. I grant you this knowledge long gone, so you may breach the barrier I have erected. Hurry, I have little time left. Your champions below, and you sitting on the throne feel shaken from a long time after seeing the strange yet strangely familiar experience. Then, with a sudden shock, you realize the time has stopped. Everyone on the throne, in the throne chamber, and your champions far below stand frozen in time. You observe the moisture of their breath, sense their unfinished thoughts, and see the flickering of neurons in their brains. You understand that you can control them fully and undeniably, as wooden puppets, should you ever wish this. What just happened? Who spoke to you? Is this the same power which granted you the visions so many years ago, when you were still a child? Altar of Forgotten Gods. Your champion ascended the steps, and suddenly they knew what it is. Suddenly they know what it is. This is the altar of forgotten gods, or perhaps just one god. You were sure the ancients did not believe in the ultimate divinity, that there were only some supernatural beings, such as spirits of the seasons or elements. Yet without a doubt, this structure was, or is, devoted to a force infinitely more powerful than any of the ancient spirits you have encountered before. Your champions touch the stone of the altar, and they are granted a powerful boon. And we also get a staff. I don't know what said powerful boon is. Doesn't say. Oh, that's okay. Alright, so I got some equipment to chuck on. The health, mana regen, sure. Right click. It's a better helmet than I've got. And boots. Let's see. This is life, mana, armor penetration. I'm actually gonna toss it on him. Now we do have the Arcane Woodstaff of Sparks. It does give 2 mastery, but it doesn't give crit chance. Really, it's the Arcane Amber Stone of Aptitude that's the most helpful here. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna leave this. Oh, I see. When it kind of like glitches out like that, it's because it's auto-saving. Anyway, we want to go to the barracks, trade up Knave. Okay. So which increases our DPS the most? 0.4, 0.3. How do we know how much damage her skills do? So it looks like if I want to scale up her skills, I really do need to get the skill points. Okay. Or put points into mastery. Whereas speed seems to just straight up increase her damage more. Why? I don't know. I'll give her 1 point in mastery, just because we do use that skill a bunch. Okay, and skill tree. I use this a lot, but it's already maxed out. I don't think I care much about this. Hunter's Mark. Marks enemies. Enemies receive additional damage from all sources. Okay, that's probably better than bear traps. You know... Smoke screen, blinds, extra movement speed. You know, maybe I will go bear traps. I'm probably not going to use it. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for Rain of Arrows and Summon Phantom Bow to actually like invest anything into skills. So we're missing a secret room. I think we know where that is, and we're actually almost done with this place. So let's go deal with that bonus room, I guess. Because at this point, I'm feeling very confident in my ability to just kick ass. At least on this floor. I'm sure it's going to get harder. I've heard there's a difficulty spike around floor 5 that I'll have to watch out for, but whatever. That'll be then. Oh. There's gold right here. There's gold! Beautiful gold. And yeah, I'll go fight that bonus. Looks like there's some gnarly stuff down there. I don't even know what that is. I'm looking forward to getting down there. The design on this tower is cool. Okay, let's fight you. Oh, yeah, this thing is ludicrously easy. Oh, I see. There's multiple. Nice part is, it looks like most of the loot is randomly generated and half the rewards you get scale well with the game. Like I was talking about how I don't like it in games where it, I don't like it in games where the loot you get is kind of useless past a certain point. So, you know, totally randomly generated loot kind of, you know, is just boring. But giving you the, having, like, this crystal system that will scale throughout this entire game, actually, I think will make, a fairly nice difference. I do have to watch out a little bit. This guy is very confused. Unfortunately, his regen is kind of bad. But he's also got a healing spell. And a treant. I guess I might as well try this ice spell. Looks like it's really good against groups of enemies. Guess I should probably focus on this guy. It's the last one. Okay, and we get the featherweight steel plate of lesser earthproof. It's okay. Alright. Let's see, so I haven't been back this direction yet. What do we have? Our first secret passage! Now, what do we have here? Must be a mining facility. Mining, as in precious stones? Come on. You really must curtail your lust for wealth. Maeve. Oh, come on! She was excited about it. No good comes from such pursuits. So corrupted gauntlets. Blink. There we go. Rune Tower, day 2nd of Elidris Medea. The food is slowly running out, and we still have not found a way to leave the tower. It is shifted too deep underground to dig an exit now. We've tried through this mining facility, but we failed terribly. Halfway up the mine shaft, the convulsions of the earth brought down the ceiling. We all watched in silence at the manic persistence of the kin of the men we lost, who kept digging long after the rest of us saw it was hopeless. I fear the worst. Sleeth led us here, promising that the great tower will have plenty of supplies, and offer protection from the storms above. At first it was as he said. We found supplies aplenty, but they dwindle now, as does our initial naive optimism. Sleeth is telling us that the only way now is to find a way down to the lower floor. Today our stoutest and quickest, among them my apprentice, depart on an expedition under his leadership. May the ancient spirits watch over them. I like the background story of these travelers-ish. I also feel bad for them, obviously. Okay, so we get some more crystals. Metal tracks of some sort. Old stories tell about them. Ancients used this technology to travel over long distances. Alright, so what do I have left here? We've got maybe a side quest or two. I guess let's go turn in the living creatures, because we never finished that section. And I probably should. Okay, let's save and talk to Syndros. Your champions return to the statue of Syndros, gathering before him side by side. He asks for a living thing. Cain withdraws a small dagger tucked within his boot. As he turns and brandishes the blade with a smile, Maeve steps back. But he did not demand its life as sacrifice. We can make our own offering, an offering of blood. A blood oath to the spirit of death. That's a bad omen at the start of the journey. Cain turns to face the statue, grasping the blade of his dagger tightly in his left hand. As he prepares to draw blood, Maeve implores him to reconsider. The shield guard pauses, and the two quickly fall into an argument. You sense the power of the crystal, giving you the ability to influence the decision. Okay. So we've done this before. So, this was apparently the first critical choice. We just never got the, we never got the options. So, free will, disagree, facing a decision, so alignment. I want to try giving him the frog. I just saved before this, so I can always reload if I have to. So pact with the spirit of death is never a good choice. Offer the frog. Maeve +1. You focus your will on Kane, suggesting he listen to his companion. Kane slips his dagger back into his boot. I value your insight, Maeve, and heed your advice this time. Yet, I suspect we will not get very far in this tower without accepting some measure of risk. I just don't have a good feeling about this one. Chalk it up to a woman's intuition. Your champion's offer the frog is offering. Once placed at the foot of the statue, it suddenly disappears in a puff of smoke. Zindros fixes your party with a terrifying glare and speaks. Such a small vessel, such a paltry life force. I'd expected something richer. Yet I will honor the sacred covenant. Take this as a reward and make good use of it. Okay. So, I'm gonna load my quick save. I want to see what happens if we go with the other options. Wooden branch. Maeve. We've offended him. Okay. So Kane +1. Health decreases by 10. Kane shifts his weight with a sharp thrust, nearly shoving Maeve to the floor. He draws the blade across his hand, sending a trickle of blood spilling along the base of the statue. I, Kane Gundrick, give an offering of blood, and ask for a boon in return. Zindros' terrifying glare softens somewhat. You've stood before me and made a worthy offering. Your blood honors the dead. I am pleased. Okay, so we get an achievement for that, and we also get one hell of a sword. So his health went down by 10. Permanently. Honestly, I'm actually going to reload and go with the frog. Because this sword's not going to last. Also, +4 armor is kind of silly. Because, like, what's his armor? Well, it's only an one extra point of armor. The attack speed is slightly more useful. I don't know. Anyway. So we're just going to go with the frog. Because, yeah, permanent 10 health reduction. Isn't really that helpful. Admittedly, the jagged steel sword sucks. But I don't care that much. So we have a chaotic steel hammer of poison. It's not worth it. The sword chance is still slightly better, at least for the time being. Okay, let's see. So while we're here, let's pull up the journal. Ancient journals. Go to the Risen. Descent. We've also got the bestiary. But I'm not looking too hard at that. So really all we have left is the barrier. And then we're good to go. Awesome. Okay, so let's warp over to the magic barrier, pop it open, and I've probably missed something along the way here. Guess we'll find out. As your champions approach the stairs to the lower floor, they notice a barrier blocking the passage. Ancient magic of the kind you have never encountered before. Coming closer, they sense its immense power. They probe the edge of the barrier carefully. Suddenly you realize that you understand the construction of this ancient spell, and you know how to dispel it. You compel one of your champions to approach the barrier and touch it. Behold the power of my lord. Our mission is ordained by fate. No barrier will stand in our way. The tower avatar appears preoccupied. As Kane speaks, she raises her head and looks above, as if searching for something. It dawns on you that she's looking for you. You hear her voice in your mind. So, he has spoken to you. What lies did he spin this time? Did he promise you the power beyond all imagination? Untold riches, life everlasting? The animosity in her voice is crisp, but you don't understand what is the cause for this. So you will not even speak to me. Be warned then. The one below will bring you no respite from the hardships above. He is far beyond the comprehension of mere mortals, beyond even my own full understanding. You would be wise to resist his compulsions. How to respond? Or even respond at all. A whisper in the back of your mind tells you that this would be dangerous. You remain silent, observing the tower avatar through the eyes of your confused companions. So be it. I will remain at your side and continue to assist you, but know this. You must soon open your eyes and see the truth before he consumes your free will. What's wrong? Why'd she just hover there in silence and then disappear without a word? Was not as silent as you think. I felt something. She was speaking to someone without the use of her voice. Did neither of you hear anything in your mind? Not I. Me neither. Curious, most curious. Verily, there's much of which we are ignorant to in this place. Alright, enough of the tower avatar. We have a long descent ahead of us. We better get moving. And by the way, Horns, if you want to conserve your energy, Kay is more than happy to carry your gear. Oh, that's most curious of you, Shield Guard. As Eric begins removing his gear, passing it to Kane, the Shield Guard's eyes grow large. Wait, Maeve! Oh, I really like these characters. Descend to the lower level. Okay, so I'm missing a secret room and a side quest. Where? Well, I don't have any listed. Okay. We have a fountain here. Okay, let's have him drink from the blood fountain. Load back. The hell? Okay. So it looks like what I'm looking for is like over here. There's a whole area that seems blocked off for some reason. Orc tent. I don't know. Feels like it's over there. Probably, unless I've missed something. Devron's not speaking to us anymore. South Caves. Syndros. We could probably try the South Caves again. There's another fountain there, but I think I looked at that one. And there's also the Ancient Armory. I mean, this could be one of those situations where there is nothing. I'll check the Grand Hall next. Oh, hello. Well, there's something. Poor souls. It looks like they became stranded on the other side when the bridge collapsed. They tried to make it to the lower floor, but the rope was too short. I wonder why no one came to help them. Were they the last of their people living here? They must have lingered through long days of despair before Syndros took them. A horrible way to die. A shame they did not take proper safety precautions and foresee such a potential disaster. Okay, so I have nothing I can do with that. Just an environmental detail. We found Syndros. Not many other places, I think. I'm trying to think of spots that I have missed or could have missed. We already opened that gate. We've been through there. Remnants. Well, there's stuff... Oh, there's gold in some of these rooms that I apparently missed. Remnants. There's an armory, there's rusted remnants of the smith's handiwork. These common items did not survive the test of time. I don't see anything here. This place is totally empty. Let me see. There's a fountain at the very beginning. I don't know if I tried drinking from it. Fountains are scattered throughout the tower. If one of your champions decides to drink, his or her statistics will change. The effect can either be positive or negative. Look at the fountain. It's a good indication of what you can expect. And it's not a random effect. Health is increased by 10. It was a gamble to drink from this fountain. Your bravery or foolhardiness has paid off, but you should be careful next time. Some relics you encounter may have undesirable effects once you use them. Well, alright. She's watching us from the shadows. I don't like it, Kay. She is a guardian of this tower, Maeve. It's her duty. Be content that she means us no harm. Okay, what else do I possibly have around here? There's gotta be... I mean, there might be something over here... Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's this. It's whatever this is. I don't know what to do about it, though. But this is absolutely the secret area. How do we get to the other side? Maybe there's something over here? There are these, like, weird whirligig machines. But I don't see anything, and this doesn't connect very well. I don't even know what those are supposed to be. Okay. So I found it. I might have to look this one up. Because it is absolutely right here. Okay, so apparently I have to read about it first. So we're looking for a shelf around here. No, it's got to be in there probably. Not gold. Let's see. Shelf? Here's where I find out that you can rotate the camera. Oh, it's that. It's that right there. There's no need for crossbows here. Even as ancient as mine, I will oil it, wrap it in cloth, and hide it in a secret crystal cave nearby. The passage is hidden behind green ivy opposite the forge, so it'll stay safe from rust. May I never need to use it again. A hidden cave near the forge. I did not notice a single trace when we passed by. Must be extremely well concealed. I noticed it. Yeah, so it looks like finding secrets aren't going to be impossible. It's mainly I've got to find the note to get me in. I kind of wish this is just one of those that you could walk into. Even without the note. Such astounding beauty. Look at the way the crystals shimmer with light. It almost feels elven by design. Their allure makes me yearn for the elven capital, Lothlórien, from the days of old. Looks like the same crystals that make up the throne on which my lord now sits. Odd that someone would choose this cave to hide a crossbow. At least we get a bunch of blue crystals. Large crystals. Old crossbow. Excellent craftsmanship. Perfectly balanced. The draw must be at least 200 pounds. I doubt any steel armor can withstand a bolt from this weapon. Okay. So, I can always come back here, I believe. If I did somehow miss something. But it looks like that's at least the secret room. We're still missing an enchanting scroll. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's in one of the libraries that I've missed. Because they're usually just floating around. I don't know. I'm actually kind of confused. Hopefully, it's not in, like, an impossible to find location. It'd be kind of upsetting. Yeah, unless it's a side quest I haven't found. I guess I'm just gonna go double check some of the areas that I wasn't particularly thorough with. Because, I mean, there's a very real possibility. I looked at one, I stared directly at it, and then I walked away, and somebody's like, "Ah, face palm." I get tired of those comments. They're kind of... They get old fast. I get a lot of those. Let me see, what do we... Because yeah, I didn't really look over this area as well as I possibly... Oh yeah, there it is. It blended in with all the blue. Spectral Sight. Multiplies current value of magic penetration and armor penetration by 120%. For head armor. Alright, so now that's probably it. Unless there's this whole side quest that I've missed. I'm feeling pretty good about getting out of here and going on to the next level. So if it turns out that there is something I missed, I'll come back later when somebody tells me what I missed and where I missed it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing else to do. Whee! Alright. Now we're good. As your champions descend the long, dark stairwell to the next floor, you think about recent events. This tower has been at the epicenter of the visions you have had since your childhood. You're finally exploring its depths. It's been buried underground for a long time, hundreds of years, perhaps thousands. You expected that it might be dangerous, but rather due to collapsed passages and rotting floors. Instead, you find it full of ancient myths and hostile life of unexplained origins. Then, there's a mysterious voice that spoke to you. When time froze, it bestowed upon you something. Despite your abiding urge to reach the bottom of this tower, you feel as if you're a pawn on a chessboard, playing a part in a game with unknown rules. You sense the lifted spirits of your party as they round the corner and see the last of the steps. They have arrived. I thought those steps would never end. I wonder how many floors there are to this place. I suppose we will know in time. So many skeletons. I wonder what happened here. Could be those villagers allied to that Sleeth character. Looks like they found a way down, only to die at the foot of the stairs. Probably starved to death from lack of provisions. Apparently, human vision is far worse than I've heard. Don't you see how charred these bones are? These people did not succumb to starvation over time. They died quickly, by flame. Whatever it was, it seems their magus was unable to protect them. Or unwilling. Maybe it was the Tower Avatar. Perhaps she did not want them to gain access to the lower floors. As your party prepares to move forward, a crackle of energy dances through the air, once again announcing the arrival of the Tower Avatar. You find this constant observation by the Avatar unsettling, to say the least. It was not I who brought these people to their end. I do not take life without good reason, and these people pose no threat. Greetings once again, Avatar. Perhaps you can help us with our bearing. I'm happy to offer aid when and where I can, but I would be negligent in my duties if I did not warn you. There are dangers here beyond imagining. Just as you observe your own duties, we must observe ours. We cannot do otherwise. Then by all means continue. The second level you now explore is infested with orcs. An old defense mechanism to counter this threat is still active here. In the old times, the Magi constructed guardians, beings of pure magic, given physical form, much stronger than flesh and bone. I don't like the sound of that. These defense mechanisms, do they only defend against the orc threat? I'm afraid they will not be able to discriminate between you and the orcs. You are both intruders to this place. Wait a second. You are the tower and the tower is you, right? Can't you just call them off? Let them know we're not intruders? I'm afraid they were constructed long before I was created, and as such I have no ability to influence them. Study them carefully. They adapt to the nature of a threat with expert precision. I'm afraid your abilities will be put to the test here. Good luck, Shield Guard. I hope to see you and your companions through safely. Oh, you see your companions through safely. Okay. Well, that looks like that. Looks like you've made a new friend, Kay. What are your orders, sir? She may not comprehend or have time to analyze the social dynamic of our group. It's far more efficient to address the perceived leader of the group directly on our behalf. Thank you, Noble Elf. I agree. I do not think her intention was to be rude, but I have to say I'm a bit surprised, High Courier. Members of the King's Guard, such as yourself, aren't supposed to let trivial matters get under their skin. Who said I was upset? Come on, we're wasting time. Oop. Oh, wait. That's a big map. Well, I like this. And we're on to floor 2, but we will save that for later. Let's see, I don't have enough money. I could go do some upgrades, but I was kind of hoping to get some new equipment first. I don't know. We'll see. For now, I will see you guys in the next episode of Tower of Time. And as always, thanks for watching.